What is going on, everyone? This is Autumn Marie coming at you from the cage with something that I have not done in quite some time. But today, the final part of the Ruins of the Empire graphic novel series for Legend of Korra came out. And I realized I had not gotten to doing my reacts for the first two parts yet. I know a few people have been requesting that, and I felt like it was finally time to get into these graphic novels. I appreciate your patience as I worked up to this, and I'm really excited to get back into this. It's been a long time since I've done anything with Legend of Korra, including, like writing, things like that. I'm just moving my little web camera here. I've got my Legend of Korra shirt on. You can't see it very well. It's a Korrasami shirt, of course, because we love Korrasami. Got my Korrasami tattoo. Papow. But yeah, I haven't worked on my fanfic in a while because school got busy, then I started getting into creating other content. But the plan is to work on that. But in the meantime, we are going to play some ambient music in the background. Hopefully it doesn't mess up the mood of the comic too much. And we are going to read this first part of the Ruins of the Empire series. It seems like people like this one a little bit more than Turf Wars, especially regarding the art style. I think they switched artists in between the two releases of the novels. Graphic novels. Anyway, so the way that I've got this... Actually, let me... Okay, cool. So I bought the digital copies of all three graphic novels. I also have the physical copies because you know how we go here. But I kind of did some playing around with the formatting of it so that way I can read it with you guys and react to it in a bit more zoomed in fashion. So that way you can see, the individual panels a little bit better. So we are going to get into that. So essentially, let's zoom in a little bit here. This part of the Legend of Korra, I guess after story type of thing, occurs with a lot of the Earth Kingdom in Kuvira. So it's talking about how Kuvira's back, and Korra must decide who to trust. On the eve of its first elections, because in the end of Book 4 of the Legend of Korra, actual animated series, Kuvira, who was trying to make an empire, was taken down, and Prince Wu was going to turn the Earth Kingdom more into a democratic state as opposed to just it being passed down from the Earth Queen to the next person in the hierarchy. Okay, so that should be set now. Or at least as close as it's gonna be. So Kuvira is coming back in this series. So it says Kuvira is back, Korra must decide who to trust. On the eve of its first elections, the Earth Kingdom's future is endangered by its past. Even as Kuvira stands trial for her crimes, holdout defenders of her imperial ambitions threaten to spark a new war. Does Korra ever get a break? But when Korra and Team Avatar don't all see eye to eye as to the solution, it's time for a risky road trip. So, Michael Dante DiMartino worked on the writing with consultation with Brian Konietzko and the artist was Michelle Wong. So this is the official continuation of the beloved TV series. And we are going to get into this. So we see Kuvira here. And we do see that the chains are being broken here, or at least oh, my head's in the way. At least, like, you know, opened up. That might be foreshadowing that she's not necessarily breaking herself out of prison, but perhaps being released. I'm kind of anticipating a little bit of Team Avatar resistance from maybe Bolin. Because I do know that part of his kind of perspective when he was working with Kuvira was that they were aiding and helping people by distributing goods to them. So perhaps that's a thing. I am expecting... Well, I guess not expecting, but I know that this is going to be a very tricky thing for Asami to deal with. God, it's been so long since I've said her name. Because Kuvira was the one who killed her father in the animated series. So, like, if there's no tension there, then Asami is just a saint. I feel like Korra might be a little more understanding of things. I'm not sure, because, like, she does have a little bit of hot-headedness, but at the same time, it seems like she's developing a little bit more. And she did save Kuvira, so... Mako, I feel like he's just kind of there. I don't think he was really a fan of Kuvira to begin with, so I'm not sure where he's gonna end up in all of this. It looks like he still got his very traditional, like, police attire for, Republic City on. Bolin might be wearing something a little bit more Earth Kingdom-y. Asami's in her classic outfit, looking fabulous as always. Same with Korra. So. And she's got fire out, so. Although we do see that Kuvira's other arm down here, I guess the cursor would have been important. Maybe I should put the cursor back on, so that way you can see where I'm pointing. Kuvira's brace, whatever, down here isn't open like how this one is. So it's probably nothing, but just something to make a note of. Created by Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino. Then here's just a more zoomed out version of what we're seeing. I think this is a prison cell, maybe? It gives me, like, Zahir prison vibes. Alright. Let's get into this. Okay, so this seems to be the best zoom that we're gonna get without it completely covering the panel. So we're gonna just go with this. Alright, let's get into this. So, an Earth Empire re-education camp in Gaoling 3 months ago. So 3 months from when this comic is taking place. That's actually not a lot of time since the end of Book 4, Turf Wars, and now. Because I think it was like a month in between when they took Kuvira down to the wedding of Varric and Julie. And I believe Korra and Asami went on their vacation for like a week. So, not really too much time has passed here. So this is, it seems like, but the sun. It looks like one of, goodness, I can't believe I don't, Batar? It almost looks like Batar. Or, I don't know, it's someone. Alright, So it says, please tell me you made some progress since the last time we spoke. I'm getting better responses from the subjects, Commander, because this is a re-education camp. Which is, you know, not great. But that's not why I'm here. Then enlighten me, Dr. Sheng. What could be so important that you had to interrupt my morning ritual? The radio operators just heard from our forces in Republic City. She's a doctor, which is also, you know, education camp doctor. This is making me a little uncomfy. Well, why didn't you say so? Maybe it's not. I don't think that's actually one of the kids. Suyin's kids. Suyin? Why can't I remember names? Anyway, that's not one of her kids. I don't think. No. Well, why didn't you say so? I assume Kuvira and her mecha giant dealt the United Forces a crushing defeat. I'm afraid not. Kuvira surrendered to the Avatar. There's Korra, Lin, Tenzin, Bolin. Spirit Portal. She ordered all Earth Empire officers and soldiers to lay down their arms immediately. No, Metal bends the razor. Barber Man's like, oh god. Thwack! Metal bends the razor into the side of the building tent thingy. Out! Yes, Commander Guan. Is this place, like, named after him? Oh no, Gaoling, not Guan. Guanling. Victory was within our grasp. How could Kuvira turn her back on the Empire like that? On us? I don't understand it either. You said you're getting better responses from the subjects. That's right, but continue your experiments. Hello? That's like, you know, what? No. Hello? Yes, sir. So, this means we're not surrendering? Oh dear, this makes me feel lots of weird inside. Mostly because it's like experiments and I don't, So we've got some earthbenders bending at targets. I don't like their little gas masks here. That's a bit, We've got some fighting robot mechy things here. When these soldiers came to us, they were pathetic, a disgrace to the uniform. Even when Kuvira had little hope that they could be redeemed. But you showed me that within every broken shell lies a seed waiting to grow anew. Thanks to us, these men and women are now a force to be reckoned with, and their potential has yet to be fulfilled. So they're being brainwashed, essentially, what it seems like, or just lots and lots of propaganda to make them think that this is right and cool and okay, I guess? I've got the ickies. The Great Uniter's reign may be over, but the Earth Empire will never die! And then there's Kuvira in prison, probably with platinum, like, cuffs and chains and stuff. Then there's some soldiers in the background. Though they look kind of like they're phasing in and out of the frame. Maybe that's just because they were supposed to be next to each other. The artwork and the colors are really pretty. Let's look at this pane, like, kind of zoomed out. Yeah, that seems like an excessively tall room to put just one person in. Like, you could probably save a lot of space if you filled this up a little bit. But that's just, me. Okay. So, City Hall, Republic City, present day. So 3 months later. President Moon, after the speech you have a 1 o'clock with the Councilman Huang about the evacuee relocation. So this is after Turf Wars, because that's when Julie got elected, I believe. Oh, and Bolin's like her little assistant. Then at 2 o'clock with Wan Yong Kyum in Tenzin to sign the paperwork transferring his lands to the Air Nation. Thank you, Bolin. Right, because the Air Nomads are supposed to be taking over the area around the Spirit Portal, I believe. What's the soonest I can get a dinner date on the books with my beautiful wife? Bolin. Let's see. I don't have anything available until the end of the month. Sorry, but she's got a lot on her plate. Jeez. She's very busy. Who knew being president would be so much work? Ugh. I'm pretty sure Julie knew. Aw. There, Varric. So we've got Mako here, Wu, Bolin, Varric, Julie, Korra, and Asami. And it looks like they might be holding hands! Ah! And Asami's in her more, like, businessy attire as opposed to, like, her typical engineering form thing. Julie says, good to see you all. Welcome back to Republic City, King Wu. So right now he is standing in as king instead of just prince. Thanks! And congratulations on winning the election. Oh, they were holding hands! I told you they were holding hands. Look at how cute they look. Look at how happy they look. Ah! So cute! And Korra's the shorter one. Hee hee. Oh, they're so cute. Are you ready for your big historic speech? Korra's asking King Wu. Wu says, I don't know. There are a lot of people out there. Mako says, you can't get cold feet now, Wu. Oh, and he's got like the scars on his arm from when he was fighting the mech in Book 4. Because I think it was still in a cast during Turf Wars. So it seems like he doesn't need a cast anymore, and he has the scars on his arm now. Woo, I've got an idea. How about you deliver my speech for me, Mako? Mako's like, no. No way, you're the king, remember? Thankfully not for much longer. I hate public speaking. Relax, you'll do great. Just be yourself. Be myself? I can do that, says Wu. You always know the right thing to say, Mako. Must be why I keep you around. Mako, must be. Poor Mako. You won't hear me say that often. So, Wu is out in front of everyone. I'm gonna change the music real quick. Let's go with this. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, so Wu is out in front of Republic City. And he says, good morning, everyone. As you all know, a couple of months ago, I declared my intention to step down as Earth King and abolish the monarchy. Clap, clap, clap from the audience. Well, after much planning and many discussions with the leaders of the Earth Kingdom states, that time is almost upon us. Boo! Long live the monarchy! Says Bolin's grandma, I believe. Grandma, shh! You promised Mako and Bolin you'd behave yourself. She's got portraits of the queen and the prince in her hands. I'm pleased to announce that the very first democratic election will take place 2 weeks from today in the state of Gaoling, where that re-education camp was that we saw in the flashback 3 months ago. Ha! He's doing great, Korra says to Mako as they're all clapping together on stage. Mako, better than I expected. He almost looks like a real leader up there. Dang, Mako, coming at Wu's life. Wu continues his speech. After the vote in Gaoling, elections will continue in the other states. Within a year, the Earth Kingdom will have completed its peaceful transition to democracy. So it's going to take about a year. Wu, any questions? Reporter people. Do you think your timetable is realistic? How are you going to ensure the elections are fair? I didn't. Let me check my notes. What about the states that have already expressed opposition to your plan? Will you force them to comply? Wu, sweating nervously. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is like me whenever people ask me questions. Oh boy. And Wu is singing. So I guess I have to attempt to sing it. I find your questions quite absurd. I've given everyone my word. I'm gonna step down and throw away my crown. Grandma, as he's throwing his crown into... So Wu's throwing his crown into the crowd. And the grandma catches it and she's like, "You'll always be my king." Korra, well, you did tell him to be himself. Mako, ultimate facepalm. That is not what I meant. And Wu is still singing, "Just sit back and you'll see. My kingdom's gonna be free. And everyone is gonna thank me." As he's still sweating. Wu, whoa, I'm a little woozy. Julie steps in. I think what the king is trying to express through the medium of song is that once the other states see Gowling's smooth transition to democracy, which I'm assuming is not going to happen, they'll be encouraged to follow suit. And then Wu down, and he's like fainting. Julie, next question? Thank goodness for Julie having things under control. Alright, so now we've got a close-up of Kuvira. Different, scene. There we go, that's the word. Woo! I yielded to the Avatar. I gave up my empire. I surrendered my freedom. And she's walking down the hall with 2 White Lotus guards. She's in her little shackles. People in the hallway are kind of looking at her weirdly, murmuring to themselves. The people I once considered family hate me. And it's like, Bolin. Oh yeah, Bolin does look kind of mad. Korra's in the background with Mako. Suyin, Opal, Batar. I can't remember the old guy's name, I'm sorry. And the twins. But that isn't enough for them. Wait, did I skip a page by accident? No, okay. Well, I mean, Kuvira, you still have to, just because you surrendered doesn't mean you don't have to face war crimes. You, killed people. Now those in power want to humiliate me. Kuvira! Honey. You were re-educating people. You need to be... serve justice! By executive order of President Julie Moon, this tribunal is now in session. And there's a row of judges, White Lotus are all around, everyone's watching. We've also got Julie, Varric, Wu, Lin, and Tenzin in this other front row. Interestingly, if we go back... So, there's another kid next to Bolin. There's no Asami. Unless if she's, back here. Because that does look like her hairstyle, but, she's not sitting next to Korra. She's not directly visible, unless if that's her, just kind of faded in the back. But when we look at the next scene, we see that Korra and Mako are sitting together, and there's no Asami present. Which is interesting. So the judge is saying to Kuvira, "You stand accused of crimes against peace. During your reign as leader of the Earth Empire, your transgressions included refusing to turn over emergency powers granted to you by former President Raiko and King Wu, and numerous wars of aggression throughout the Earth Kingdom states, presiding over inhumane prison camps. Yeah, did you forget about that part, Kuvira? You had invading the United Republic, a sovereign nation. Look at, they're all just scowling at her. And the use of spirit energy as a weapon of mass destruction. Even Raiko is there. He ain't looking happy either. But importantly, no Osami. Confirmed. She is not in this room right now. That's interesting to me. Also, that's just a really cool, like, almost like fisheye lens kind of look, you know? But everyone's very upset. Understandably so, but... How do you plead? The judge asks. Kuvira, I am sorry for the harm I caused to the people of the Earth Kingdom in this city. I truly am. But this tribunal seems all too eager to list my offenses without giving any consideration to my achievements. The judge, not having much of it. Please, enlighten us. After the fall of the Earth Queen, the kingdom fell into chaos when no one was willing to step up. I brought back order. I dragged an ancient culture out of the dark and modernized it. Everything I did it for the greater good of the Earth Kingdom and its citizens. It's like that scene in Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Cool motive, still murder. Nice motive, you still imprison people in inhumane camps. And like, weaponized spirit energy and almost killed a bajillion people. You killed at least one person. Hello. The judge, how do you plead? Kuvira, not guilty, honey. My word, sweetie, that... You did the things! Everyone's huddled around. Kuvira walks out with the White Lotus guards and they're all scowling at her. Suyin, not guilty? The whole world knows what you did, Kuvira. What are you trying to prove? And then Kuvira, like, looks away. Don't turn your back on me. Oh, poor Suyin. She took in Kuvira. Kuvira, I know I hurt you and your family, but you all turned your backs on me long before the Earth Empire ever existed. That is a lie. I gave you a home. I provided for you. But I was never really part of your family, was I? You attacked Zaofu. You almost killed my son. And I've apologized numerous times. When will you see through all your anger to forgive me? That's what you don't get. Being sorry isn't enough. You need to take responsibility for what you've done. Goodbye, Kuvira. And Korra the whole time is watching this transaction happen. Like, she's watching... She's got eyes more on Kuvira in that panel. And then she watches Suyin leave. Her face is very interesting. Like, she's expressing, like, concern with her face. So then it goes to the next scene. Asami is now suddenly in the shot, in the frame. She wasn't in any of them before. It makes me wonder if this is like a separate thing long after what just transpired in the hallway. But Bolin is letting in Korra, Asami, and Mako into Julie's office where King Wu is sitting with a drink. We can see a map of the world of Avatar here with all of the nations depicted. The air temples are marked accordingly as well, and then you can see a darkened area here for not Kuvira City, Republic City. Whew! And then we can also see the spirit portal in the background of the window of Republic City in Julie's office. So I think this is a later scene, because in the prior scene, Bolin and Mako, I believe, were in the hallway when Kuvira was brought out. So Bolin is welcoming them into the office. Welcome, please help yourself to some cherry berry lemonade and very cakes. Mako, how's the new job going? Bolin, great! I think I've found my true calling. Poor Bolin, I feel like so many times he thinks he finds his true calling and then something terrible happens. Hit Mako, serving very cakes? Bolin, no, politics. Oh dear. Mako, yeah, we'll see. That's what you said about pro-bending and acting and working for Kuvira and being a cop. See, me and Mako are like on the same page right now, which doesn't normally happen. So, yeah, poor Bolin. Gasp! Are you suggesting that I'm fickle? Mako patting him on the back. I'm saying you have an aversion to commitment. Jeez. Bolin with his arms crossed. Just because you've found yourself doesn't mean the rest of us have. Aw, poor Bolin. Julie, thank you all for coming. Korra with a drink. And Korra and Asami are sitting together. No problem. I used to dread meetings with the president. Now I look forward to them. That seems like in the next panel Julie's gonna be like, well, you shouldn't. Mako, so, what's going on? Julie, actually, King Wu called this meeting. I'll let him explain. Wu, thank you, President Moon. And then Bolin is pulling the tray of very cakes away from Mako as Mako was reaching out to them in the last panel. And they're kind of scowling at each other. Wu, I've asked you all here this morning because I'd like Team Avatar to join me in Gaoling for the upcoming election. Mako, if you just want us there for show, forget it. We're not your entourage, Wu. Wu, no, it's not like that. Well, maybe it is a little. Anyway, I promise there's a legitimate reason I need you with me. Mako, okay, what is it? Wu, my kingdom is being threatened by the Earth Empire! Asami gets like her first line. Kuvira surrendered to Korra, remember? Korra, yeah, the Earth Empire is no more. My sweeties, why must you always have to go through so much? And also they just look so cute together in this pain, like look at how pretty their eyes are. Okay. Wu, that's what I thought too, but recently I received some reports about a group of holdouts hiding in Gaoling that never surrendered. Korra, what? How'd they slip through the cracks? Wu, Kuvira gutted the Earth Kingdom army when she took power. We've been doing our best to round up Earth Empire stragglers, but the army is still understaffed. Julie, the leader of the holdouts is one of Kuvira's former commanders, a man by the name of Guan. And shows them a photo from a file on Guan here. Korra says, and you're worried Guan and his troops might disrupt the election? Wu, yes! I couldn't get a wink of sleep last night. Korra, hand on chin. If Commander Guan does try to stop people from voting, it might give the other states an excuse to call off their elections. Korra's being smart. Mako, it would put the whole democratic movement in jeopardy. Asami, and put the Earth Empire in position to rise to power again. We can't let that happen. So yeah, expected opposition to the Earth Empire, Asami. I'm still interested as to why she wasn't at Kuvira's hearing. I wonder if they're going to address that or if that was just an oversight. Julie says, I think it would be a good idea for the Avatar to stand with King Wu as a symbol of balance and peace. Korra says, agreed. Mako says, if Guan tries anything, it will keep you safe. Wu, yes, yes, yes! Bolin's asking if he could go too. Julie says, of course, Bolin. Team Avatar wouldn't be the same without you. Bolin says, Before you say anything, I'm not being fickle. He's like waving his finger at Mako. I'm just taking a few days off, then I'm right back here doing what I love. Mako, I didn't say a word. Their interactions are very good, very well written. And then they're all leaving the room, and Julie says to Bolin, after you clear away the refreshments, I have some paperwork that needs filing. Bolin, kind of like with his shoulders down, seemingly, yes ma'am. And then he's sighing as he's cleaning up the refreshments. Yeah, he don't like what his job is. You know what, Bolin? I feel you. I don't know what my life is either. But interestingly, in this frame, Bolin's looking like sad, you know about that. His back is to Julie. He's facing, at least in a 2D sense, a drawing of just the Earth Kingdom portion of the map. You can't see any of the other nations, and you can't see Republic City. So you can only see the Earth Kingdom, and you can still see the Spirit Portal in the back. I wonder if that's kind of like foreshadowing that Bolin might do something more, not so much for Republic City, but maybe for the Earth Kingdom. Very interesting. So Wu's got his arm around Mako. You and me, teaming up again, just like the good old days. Let's celebrate with a smoothie. And then Korra and Asami are holding hands. Oh, that's cute. Korra says, Asami, wait. Asami, what is it? Korra says, I think you and I should pay Kuvira a visit. I want to find out what she knows about Commander Guan. Asami says it's a good idea, but her face kind of says otherwise. She said, but it's probably best if you go without me. I don't want to be in the same room as her. There's the explanation for why she wasn't at the trial. And Korra's got her hand on her shoulder. Is that why you didn't come to the trial? See? Look, look. We out here. We out here with these bold predictions. Okay, with her hand on her shoulder. Is that why you didn't come to her trial? Asami says, Kuvira took my father from me. I didn't need to be reminded of all of the other horrible things she's done. You're valid, Asami. That's kind of what I figured. Korra said, it's alright. I'll talk to her on my own. And they're holding hands! Asami says, thanks for understanding. Good luck. She gives Korra a smooch! First kiss of Ruins of the Empire, and it's super cute. Look at how cute Korra looks. Look at this smooch. Oh, they're so cute. I forgot how much I love Korrasami. Korra says, I'll catch up with you later. And they're kind of smiling at each other, but Asami does have a hint of worry in her face. So freaking cute. Korra's so freaking buff. Okay, so Korra's on Naga. Okay, so that was her prison here. Very much Zaire feels. But Naga gets an appearance! Go Naga! Korra says, I'm here to see Kuvira. Of course, Avatar Korra. She walks in, the White Lotus people are bowing. Korra looks very serious. Naga looks like the cutest baby girl to ever exist. Naga's a good girl. Kuvira's just got her eyes closed. Okay, so she's reminiscing on a childhood memory. An adult is saying, we know you broke the vase, Kuvira. Admit it. Baby Kuvira. Well, kid Kuvira. No, I didn't do anything. I want my toys. You'll get them back when you start behaving. And it's a box of her toys being taken away by a female adult figure, and the male adult figure is speaking to her. And Kuvira is banging on the bedroom door, perhaps. Let me out! The person, the adults, it's for your own good. She's like, I'll show you! And then she just earth bends an entire hole into the wall. And starts running away. The adult figures are saying, Kuvira, get back here! And she's saying, make me! Oops. And then her chunk of the door, I'm assuming, opening and her eyes open up, so she's no longer showing that memory. Korra says, hello, Kuvira. Kuvira said, I had a feeling you were going to be my first visitor. Korra says, I need your help. Oh, look at those back muscles! Ah! Also, her outfit is on point. Look at her. She's so great. Oh, I love Korra. Kuvira says, with what? Korra says, tell me about Commander Guan. Very to the point. Kuvira, why are you so interested in him? Korra says, were you aware he and his troops never surrendered? I still like that there's still a little bit of asymmetry in her hair from when she cut it herself. Though it's been like 3 months, I feel like it should have grown out a little bit more. Unless if she's just keeping the short bob look. Because that I'd be okay with. Kuvira says, what? No, I wasn't. Guan is a cunning strategist with a keen mind. I put him in charge of my southern forces because I knew he could keep that region in line. I realize I haven't been facing anything that I'm reading right now. I knew he could keep that region in line. Korra says, with her arms crossed, I'm worried he's going to try to derail the upcoming elections. How big of a threat do you think he is? Kuvira says, if Guan hasn't surrendered by now, then that means he's plotting something. I'd treat him like a barrel of blasting jelly with a very short fuse. Korra said, if you were in my position, how would you deal with him? Kuvira says, I'd take someone with me who Guan respects. Someone who can reason with him and bring him into line. Well, I guess Kuvira is going on the mission. That's what that means to me. Oops, I'm not on the right... Korra's like, you want me to bring you? See? Korra sees it too. Guan's not going to just roll over because the Avatar asks him to. What, because you didn't? I'm just kidding. And she stands up. But if I meet with him face to face, I guarantee I could convince him to concede defeat. I get the feeling Kuvira is going to run away, just like the foreshadowing in that memory of her being a kid. They're going to get to the site. She's going to think... Korra's going to think that Kuvira is going to be, like, helping her out. And then Kuvira is going to be like, bye! Freedom! And then run away. That's my bold prediction of the day. Excuse me. Kuvira says, then you and King Wu can carry on with your little election. Korra says, thanks for the info, but I can handle Guan without you. Kuvira says, think it over. I'll be here when you need me. And you will. Dang, Kuvira. Korra's walking away. So she still has a little bit of that stubbornness in her. Alright, and here is Guan. I hope I'm saying that right. Is it Guan? I'm not sure. Kuvira may have abandoned all of you, but I never will. Together, we will bring the Earth King to his knees. Together, we will force the Avatar to yield. And he's standing on a bunch of metal tanks with the doctor in the back, and he's giving a speech to a huge line of masked soldiers. It almost seems like Equalist crossed with Earth Empire soldiers here. The Earth Empire will rise from the ruins of defeat and will become more powerful and formidable than it ever was before. And our journey begins in Gowling, which is where they've been. So we've got all the troops standing together. One of them's carrying a banner. And we do have a bunch of like people walking around in mech suits as well, with I think the Earth Empire symbol on it. And there are 5 stars here underneath the banner. Not sure what significance that has. It's probably the end, isn't it? Are you with me? "All hail Commander Guan! All hail the Earth Empire!" they say and chant in unison. "Thank you all for meeting me on such short notice." And he's sitting in a car being driven around by one of the soldiers, and they're all walking in a garrison with the banners, the tanks, other cars, things like that. Don't tell me that's the end. Okay. Alright, everyone's just randomly in a sweat room. A hot sauna room. Korra and Asami, of course, are sitting next to each other. Julie is sitting on that side as well. The boys are on the other side. Wu is in just a towel. Everyone else has, like, actual suits on. Julie's glasses are off. Mako is asking, couldn't this have waited until later? And Bolin's fanning himself. Wu says, no, it's too urgent, and I couldn't miss my morning steam bath. My muscles are all knotted up over this Guan situation. It's so random. Julie, we've received reports that the Earth Empire holdouts are on the move in Gaoling. It appears Guan and his troops are heading towards the capital. Wu says, which means they're going to try and stop the election just like we feared. Democracy is doomed! Mako, who's more level-headed. What about sending in the United Forces? They could pressure Guan to back off. Julie says, no, I will only deploy them if there's no other option. I don't want to incite another war. Wu says, I agree. There's got to be a way to resolve this peacefully. And Korra's also, like, thinking in the background next to Mako as he's saying that. Korra says, there is. But you all might want to relax before I tell you what I'm thinking. And she water bends some water onto the hot coals to give it some more steam. Wu says, ah. Everyone looks very calm except Korra, who knows what she's about to say, and that's probably why she does not look calm. She also just looks so strong. Asami says, looking all like hair messy, like, my word, I am like a... I assume your idea has something to do with whatever Kuvira told you? Mako says, wait, you met with Kuvira? And what did she say? Oh, I didn't read that right. So, wait, you met with Kuvira? Korra said, yes, I wanted her take on how to handle Guan. Mako says, and what did she say? Korra says that she's our best chance to get the holdouts to surrender. So I'm thinking, what if we brought Kuvira with us? Asami's like, what the hell? Like the face. Yep, Asami's like in a little like shock symbol. I told you I didn't want to be in the same room as her, and now you expect us to welcome her to the team? And Korra's responding, which they cut it so that you can't see Korra's top, and you just see like her collarbones and her shoulders. Just pointing that out. And Korra responds, and put an end to the Earth Empire once and for all. Bolin, but Kuvira's the worst! She threatened my life more than once! Oh, and Korra was saying, I missed a part that Korra was saying, and I wasn't crazy about the idea at first either, and I'm not saying Kuvira would be part of our team, but with her help we can avoid another all-out battle and end the Earth Empire right once and for all. Okay. And Mako says, I almost lost my arm taking out her mecha giant's engine. Huh, so it seems like everyone's kind of opposed to this. Is it gonna be like a Korra Kuvira side quest? Julie, she nearly destroyed Republic City. She was our enemy. She killed my father. And Wu, standing up in his towel. And let's not forget how she ruined my coronation. And they all just look at him like, dude, not the time. Mako holding up his scarred arm that he almost lost. Mako, sorry, I probably should have aired my grievance first. Korra says, I know. Kuvira has hurt us all. Terribly. But before she was our enemy, Kuvira was our ally. She was the captain of Sue's guard and helped us fight Zahir and the Red Lotus. This is true. And there's part of me that feels like I still owe her for saving my father's life at Lagima's Peak. That's true, she did save Tonrock from falling off that mountain rock thing. Asami says, the problem is we don't know which version of Kuvira is going to show up if we bring her with us. Korra said Kuvira thought she had died when we blasted into the spirit world. It was a huge wake-up call for her. When I visited her in prison, I could see that she's still broken. I think she really wants to redeem herself in the eyes of the world and her people. I say we give her that chance. Oh, Korra. You are wonderful. Bolin says, Kuvira has a special talent for getting people to do things they don't want to do. For once, we can use that skill to our advantage. Asami says, you really think this will work? Korra says, I do. Aw, Asami, then I'll support you. Let's bring her. And Mako says, I promise I'd always have your back, Korra, so I'm in. Wu says, if Team Avatar is on board, then count me too. Kuvira. Julie says, I'll sign an order for Kuvira's temporary release. Huh. That doesn't... Was there any consent from Bolin? Bolin says that... Oh, Bolin was the one who said that she has a special talent. It seems like perhaps they're on board. So they're all going to the prison with an airship. And Kuvira is still in her shackles with the White Lotus guards. Korra walks off the ship. Korra hands the White Lotus member some papers. Here's President Moon's release order. I'll take the prisoner from here. Kuvira, the prisoner? You don't need to be so formal. We're partners now. Kuvira. Korra says, we might be working together, but we are not teammates. If you step out of line or do anything to harm my friends, I won't hesitate to take you down. Do we have an understanding? Kuvira looks a little stern, and then she smiles. Of course, you're in charge. Kuvira has got something up her sleeve. There's no way she's just going to help. She's using this as a means to get power back and escape. Maybe I'm just still very, like, not trusting of Kuvira, but that's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Korra takes Kuvira onto the ship. Naga gurring at Kuvira. Good girl, Naga. Oh, and even Bolin's pet is like, hiss. Asami's in her full, like, engineering battle outfit with her electric gauntlet. She's standing next to a metal contraption that says, step inside. Kuvira says, that won't be necessary. If I was planning to escape, I would have done it before I got on the ship. It's probably like some sort of chamber made of platinum so that she can't get out. Korra says, if she makes one wrong move, I'll throw her in there myself. I promise. And Kuvira's looking at this situation, or looking at them talking. Korra's hand on Asami's shoulder. Asami says, fine, but I'm not taking my eyes off her. Understandable, Asami. So Kuvira, still in her shackles, walks in to an area with a table where Bolin, Mako, is it Pabu? Is the little red panda ferret thing? And Wu are sitting at a table and there's a couch behind them. Kuvira sits on the couch and she's like, nice to see you too, gentlemen, as they're all scowling at her. And the airship flies away from a public city and the big spirit portal. And that's probably... Oh, that's not where it ends. Okay. So, 3 days later... Oh my god, they're like little pig cows! And they're eating some grass, and they're like... Moo! And the airship has arrived to Gowling. Wow, so that took 3 days. That must have been like an awkward, 3 days of conversation with Kuvira. So it lands, and a cart with some fancy dressed people stops to meet it, being pulled by some bird, animal, ostrich things. Wu is looking out the window and they're all sitting at the table. Mako's asking, any sign of Guan? Wu says, no, just Mayor Ri and a couple of elderly magistrates that look like they're about to keel over. Jeez, Wu. Kuvira says, oh, Commander Guan will show up. She continues, looking at her hand but still in the shackles. And before he does, I need to get out of these rags and chains into something more presentable. Mako, no way. Korra, actually she has a point. Guan might refuse to meet with us if we show up with Kuvira looking like a prisoner. Asami says, I have some extra clothes Kuvira can borrow. I'll go pick something out. I wonder if she brought as many suitcases as when she moved in Book 1. Probably not. Korra says, while Kuvira changes, King Wu and I will meet with the mayor. I'll radio if we need you. Come on, Naga. And Naga looks surprised, like, oh, I get to go out and be useful. So they're at Ganling City Hall. Oh, Naga's sitting outside like a good girl. And there's the two people on the wall. Oh! I wonder, I don't think they're related, but it almost makes me think that the people in those portraits were the ones from the flashback of Kuvira running away. Are they? They kind of look similar. So on the tour, and this is where the voting will take place. As you can see, everything is in order, King Wu. And Wu is like, sniff, sniff, like, ah, the sweet smell of democracy. Korra says, wait. Are those the candidates running for governor? There's a zoom in on the portraits. I have to go back to the... Oh, maybe not. That's too zoomed in. It does seem like she might have like a mole on her face like how Kuvira did. Let's see. Yeah, Kuvira's by her eye, but her mom has it by the lip. The dad has like a part here. So let's go look back at the other people. Oop, too far, too far, too far! Oh, no, maybe not. The mark here seems to be on the dad's face. Okay, maybe I'm just, like, overthinking things. I'm always suspicious! Okay, are those the candidates running for governor? I think the mayor says, Chief Magistrates Ling and Bok are two of Galing's finest government officials. Either one will make an excellent governor. Korra says, yeah, I don't know how the voters will ever be able to decide. Let's get going, Wu. It's starting to stink in here. Wu says, sorry, I tooted. Off-color joke. Oh, Korra. When you had the idea for the states to vote for their own leaders, I bet those two weren't exactly what you had in mind. Wu says, nope, I was imagining candidates with a little more vim and vigor. Wu continues, having free elections was supposed to bring in some new political blood, not keep the outdated Earth Kingdom bureaucracy alive. Korra says, I know it's disappointing, but this is only the first election. It's not going to be perfect. It took the United Republic a long time to iron out its political kinks. Wu says, but if those are the only candidates, what's the point of even having a vote? Whoever wins, nothing is going to change. Gao Ling will be governed the same as it's always been. Rumble, 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 rumble. What's that? Wu says worriedly, and Korra's also like, oh dear. But also like, back muscles. Yep, and here comes the cavalry, the tanks, the troops. Guan, they coming in. They're coming right up to the steps. And Korra's like, Commander Guan's here. And Naga's like, because Naga's a good girl. So they're dressing Kuvira up. Oh, I like that outfit for Kuvira. Kuvira says, I can't tell you how good it feels to be out of those shackles. Asami's just looking at her like, don't push your luck here. My hair is poofy. Asami, don't get too comfortable. You'll be back in them soon enough. Kuvira says, it must be challenging for you being the Avatar's girlfriend. Oh snap, she picked up on that real fast. Asami's like, excuse me? Kuvira says, well, you could be back in Republic City running your business or inventing another awesome piece of machinery. Instead, you're stuck here in a bathroom guarding me. Asami says, I'm exactly where I want to be, protecting Korra from you. So whatever little game you're playing, it's not going to work. You're not going to drive a wedge between me and Korra. She better not, because I will fight her. I will fight her. Right now. Right. Kuvira says, I'm not playing any games. I'm genuinely impressed by the loyalty all three of you have to Korra. And each other. I never had that in my life. Bolin says, and Asami's like looking at her through the door like, Bolin says, that's because you always push people away. Kuvira's like, and what do you know about it, Bolin? Bolin says, Opal told me that when you two were growing up, she always tried to be your friend, but you didn't want anything to do with her. Kuvira says, don't believe everything your girlfriend tells you. Opal and I may have lived under the same roof, but we had very different experiences being raised by Sue. Ugh. I feel like Kuvira is very much, woe is me, let me be stuck in my past situation. And it's just... Ugh. I've met people like that, and it's just, like... tiring. It's so tiring. Kuvira says, you and everyone else have me pegged wrong. I am not the same person I was when I was leading the Earth Empire. I've changed. She still got a little green belt, though. Asami says, I believe that people can redeem themselves, but no one changes overnight. I mean, it's been like 3 months. And then the radio comes on. Mako, come in! Are you there? Mako with the radio. What is it, Korra? Korra says, Commander Guan and his army just rolled into town. Get over here with Kuvira now! And they all just roll out in a Sotomobile. We're on our way! Aw. Pabu's just watching them with his hands up against the glass. It's so sad. I feel like these ones are longer than the Turf Wars ones. So Korra says, you must be Commander Guan. And Guan says, the famous Avatar Korra. At last, we meet. He's got all of his soldiers and suits and stuff behind him. He says, what brings you to Gowling? Korra says, as you're aware, the Earth Empire's rule has ended. I'm here to make sure you and your troops surrender peacefully. Guan says, that I'm afraid you've traveled a long way for nothing. I have other plans. Korra says, I figured you would say that. That's why I brought along someone who can help you see things a little differently. It's Kuvira in the car. I don't have any trust. Guan, I don't believe it. The people in the mech suit and the soldiers. Is that really Kuvira? What is she doing here? Asami says, you say you've changed. Now's your chance to prove it. As Kuvira is getting out of the car. I will. That is a nice outfit for Kuvira. Kuvira says, hello again, Commander Guan. Guan says, so, the great new uniter is now doing the Avatar's bidding. Korra's like, listen, pal. And Kuvira's like, I have this under control, Korra. If you must know, it was actually my idea to come. I wanted to handle the situation personally out of respect to you, and to everyone who served the Earth Empire with honor. Guan says, don't talk to me about honor. You disgraced the Empire by giving up the fight in Republic City. Kuvira says, no one regrets the demise of the Earth Empire as much as I do. I am proud of all of our achievements and everything we did to modernize the kingdom. People will be enjoying the benefit of what we did for years to come. But we can't allow our personal feelings to obscure reality. Our great experiment has to come to an end. Our great experiment has come to an end. Guan says, no. It's only the beginning. Or it's only beginning. You keep adding words. Guan says, there is so much more progress to be made. And why should others get to reap the rewards of everything the Earth Empire accomplished? I'm sure there's part of you that wishes you hadn't stood down, that wants to see how far we can take things. I've seen what lies at the end of that path. Death and destruction, says Kuvira. I stand by my decision, Commander, and it doesn't change the fact that the Earth Empire was defeated. Guan says, no, you were defeated. My soldiers and I are still standing. Kuvira says, yet you have no real power. Your force is a fraction of what the Earth Empire once was. You've offered these men and women false hope that the Earth Empire has a future. Zoom in dramatically to Kuvira's face. Bold print. It doesn't. Kuvira says, so if you won't reason, maybe they will. Kuvira is standing in front of the whole army. I'm giving you all one final command. Surrender to King Wu and the Avatar, and you will all be dealt with fairly. The soldiers, all hail the Earth Empire! All hail Commander Guan! Guan says, I think it's clear where they stand. Kuvira says, very well. Then I challenge you to a fight, one-on-one. If I beat you, then you and your troops will surrender immediately. Kuvira, I don't think you're gonna win this fight. Guan says, that ploy might have worked on the Avatar back in Zaofu, but I'm not foolish enough to fall for it. That's true. You may have struck fear into your followers once, but now we see you for what you really are, a spineless coward. Ooh. Guan is firing back. Kuvira's, like, scowling. If you won't give up willingly, then I'll make you yield! And she earthbends right underneath him, and he's like, ah! I feel like this was a bad idea. Everyone's all shocked. Korra's like, Kuvira, stand down! Not until Guan does. Ooh, and she's mad. She's choking him with the metal around his neck. He says, God! Ah! Kuvira says, surrender! He's like, never! I'd rather die a martyr than live as a traitor! Oh dear. Oh dear. The army's like, release the commander! Korra says, that's enough, Kuvira! Oh, Kuvira's getting electrocuted. Oh, damn. And she's getting electrocuted. But by what? By Mako? Or the belt? Maybe it's the belt? Thump! Korra looks shocked, just as I am. Oh, it was the belt! Guan's coughing. Korra's like, how? Asami's like, remote trigger, and she has a little remote control. Connected to an electrode belt. I knew the green belt was like something important. Dang, did she just kill Kuvira? I know she didn't because Kuvira's on the cover of the other parts, but jeez, Asami. I thought we needed a backup plan. Turns out we did. Korra, thanks. Everyone else just looks disturbed. Mako, I know bringing Kuvira was a bad idea. Korra says, put her in the jeep. I'll deal with her once we get back to the airship. They're just carrying her. Korra says, I'm not finished with you yet, Guan. I won't let you interfere with Gaolin's election. Guan said, you misunderstand. I didn't come here to stop the democratic process. I came to take part in it. That's a plot twist I didn't see. I thought he was going to destroy everything. Wu, what are you talking about? Kuvira is right. The Earth Empire has no real power. It never did, really. The world has never viewed us as a legitimate nation, but I am going to change that. Mayor Ree, I am officially declaring my candidacy for governor of Gowling. Here's my paperwork. Oh, snap. Woo, you can't do that! The mayor, technically there's nothing stopping him. It's an open election, and his documents seem to be in order. Guan says, soon, the Earth Empire will have candidates in every state, and once we're in power, no one will be able to question our right to rule. Oh, jeez. This is like what's going on in the U.S. with all of the senators. Oh, my. Oh, dear. Woo. I don't believe this. I mean, he's smart. He's playing the system. Oof. So they're boarding the airship. Kuvira wakes up in her little, like, prison, platinum prison. Ugh. What happened? What am I doing in here? Asami said, cooling off. Korra said, I locked you up so you don't try something stupid again, like provoking an army. And Commander Guan? Where is he now? Korra, probably printing up some campaign posters. You were right about him being a good strategist. Instead of conquering the states militarily, he plans on taking them over politically. Kuvira says, is that so? Mako says, I say you call off the vote, at least for now. Make it impossible for Guan to win. Wu says, Mako, you know I love you, but I'm trying to encourage democracy. I can't just go around canceling elections because I don't like one of the candidates. We need to let this play out. Wu's right. Asami says, so we just sit back and hope one of the other candidates wins? Korra says, I wouldn't hold my breath. They're not exactly what I would call inspiring. It's true. Kuvira says, if you want to defeat Guan, you have to beat him in his own game. Find a candidate to run against him, someone who's popular enough to win. Asami says, that's actually not a bad idea. Wu says, but there's only 1 week to go until the election. Who are we going to find on such short notice? Oh god. Korra, I know the perfect person! Bolin, who? Toph! She's a legend! Everyone loves her! Oh, Korra. Oh, sweetie, do you really think Toph wants to get involved in politics? Oh, love. My love of my life. Oh, sweetie. Plus, Gaoling is her hometown, and I know for a fact she hates the Earth Empire, and she would definitely bring a unique governing style to the Earth Kingdom. Woo, sounds good to me. Bolin, there's one itsy-bitsy problem. Last time I saw Toph, she didn't seem too keen on getting involved with world affairs. See, Bolin's on the right page. Korra, then we'll just have to convince her. Oh, Korra, you sweet, beautiful child. Oh dear. You should have seen Kuvira, Dr. Sheng. She's no longer the commanding woman who inspired us all. The Avatar's influence has clearly corrupted her mind. This is Guan talking to the doctor. Oh god. The doctor. Then perhaps we need to recalibrate it for her. I don't like this. I'm like leaning way too forward. Guan. Perhaps, but at the moment we have an election to prepare for. You mentioned the first campaign recruits have arrived. Right, sir. Or right through here, sir. You'll be pleased to hear that they're responding quite well to our messaging. Excellent. And there's just like a bunch of machines leading into the darkness. He's probably just gonna like brainwash people into voting for him, isn't he? Oh no. A vote for Commander Guan is a vote for progress and prosperity. Go with Guan! A vote for Commander Guan is a vote for progress and prosperity. Go with Guan, they say in unison. There's strapped chairs with these machines on their head, wires coming out. They don't look quite under their own control. This is uncomfy. This is like some stinking Dai Li shit right here. End part 1! Ugh. I'm uncomfortable. Don't look forward to what's gonna happen. But that will wrap up our video for Ruins of the Empire Part 1 reaction and read through. It's definitely got me hooked. I really just want to read the next part like right now. But it's also 12:30 in the morning, so I shouldn't do that. I guess I'll go to bed or edit this video or something. But, yeah. Is how I feel about all of this. Korra and Asami, 22 out of 10 cuteness. My worry level, 500 out of, 10. Very much worried. My level of disturbedness over this re-education mind-washing thing, not great. Especially because, I saw the back cover of Ruins Part 3, and I'm not looking forward to what might happen. Why must they always put people through turmoil that I love? But yeah, so that's gonna wrap this up. If you enjoyed this, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more updates for Legend of Korra readings and other fun things that I do. And let me know in the comments below what you thought of Ruins of the Empire Part 1. But in the meantime, despite how this nice jazz sounds, I am still tumultuous inside. But until the next time, this is Autumn Marie, signing off.